the politicians and people always talk about supply. Supply is the biggest issue. We don't have enough houses. But like, is that the full story? Is it really the biggest part of it, or a bigger part of it is the credit that we're providing and financializing houses?
Well, my view is that it's the credit is the main culprit. And one example that I kind of, when I do talks about this subject, is I'll look at Ireland. You know, GFC, Ireland went bananas, right? And you look at the house prices ramping up, and if you look at the supply at the same time, it's going bananas right alongside it. And I think what happens in bubbly times, you'll have the supply, in a sense, every single new house that's built is going to be sold. It better be sold, right? The developer needs to sell it and move on. So all this new supply are new transactions. Every time you have a transaction, you have a new value point. You know, the price points change. So the more transactions you have, the quicker the price point can change. It tends to be going up because that's where the market's going. And so sometimes having a huge amount of supply, especially in a hot market, it could be the worst thing you could do. Because all you're doing is put more transactions and the price point just keeps on racing even faster. Whereas when the market starts, you know, having a bit of an off day, you have less transactions, things slow down. And again, the prices get a bit sticky on the way down.
So do you think that there's almost a bit of an overstatement in that narrative? Like, sure, maybe we are short on houses, but that has been overstated, that's, you know, the biggest thing that's creating all of this.
It's been overstated for sure. Another key argument when you get into these kind of debates is
you must get some emails from people.
Oh, maybe after this I'll get even more. Thanks.
Sorry, mate.
Yeah, but you'll get people saying, well, okay, to start with, to get approval from council is X. To get, you know, connection with water care is X. And you start adding these things up. It's like the base minimum cost to be able to put a house, a new house, is some phenomenal amount. And so that becomes kind of a base of where prices could ever possibly go. You know, they'll look at the cost of replacement costs for new houses. And I think an important thing to think about is, as a developer, when you're putting together your kind of business plan, trying to figure out, should I build these townhouses or whatever it is that you're going to do, new supply, a very key element in that is residual land value. Because the first thing you're going to do is acquire the site, and that site might have an old brick house on it. You're going to demolish that thing, and then you're going to build your 6, 8 new townhouses, whatever, right? And so you always work backwards. What is the likely market price I could get? How much is it going to cost me to construct these things? Obviously, you have the regulatory stuff, and then you'll work all the way down to, okay, now what can I bid for that land and make my margin? So you'll have all kinds of people say, oh, well, the construction costs are really high. Land costs are really high. And land costs are, yes, they're high because it's all related back to the end price, the end value.
Oh, what it's sold for.
Yes. And again, what I subscribe to, my thought is, it's the lending, it's the purchasing power. That's what's really driving that. And then it all gets wrapped backwards. And I would even say some of the construction costs also relate to that, because think of the market going up and up and up and up. The Sparky, when they want to get a next contract, I'm in demand. I'm going to charge what I want. And the guy's going to pay it because the house is going to be worth, you know, another $100,000 by the time the project's done, by the time the thing's finished. So things just flow. Sparky makes more money. Everybody makes more money. Even the council can charge what they want because everybody's kind of okay with it because the prices are going up and up and up and up. Yeah. So I think all of it's kind of wrapped into the prices kind of pulling up land and all of the other costs. It'll be interesting to see now that things have now stopped, and you could already see construction costs are not going up at the same rate at all. You know, they're kind of like sticking with inflation, kind of, they're just being modest now. It's like, oh, go figure that, you know? And I think it all just does, it's the things that drive it is, what is the value of this product at the end, the house, the townhouse, or whatever. That's what will drive all those other costs.